I think you don't look to Bron like, oh, well, Bron, is trying to do this for me. The best thing that you can ever do in those situations is help yourself. And I think that's the best message you can give to, any veteran. It's like, hey, you're here. You have an opportunity, and you took a long time to get here. Maximize that opportunity with your preparation, with your fire, with your hunger, and with your edge.
Do the role players as a group need to pick it up a little bit in game two?
It was one game, and we don't want to overreact from a standpoint of stress. But yes, I think all the guys know that we need to play better. I don't think there's one guy on our team that can say that they felt like they had a good game and they just want to build off of it. I think everybody looks at it from a standpoint. It's like, we need to play better. And I guarantee if you talk to them, they feel like they can play better. So that's just the kind of the approach that we're going to take, is that, Kyle's going to shoot the ball well, Darren's going to shoot the ball, JR is going to get going, Tristan's going to have an impactful moment. It's just a matter of doing it when that time is needed.
So what adjustments are you guys going to make?
Oh, we're not making too many adjustments. We just need to play better. That's the key thing. We talked about it in the things like Kyle Korver has a pretty good look from three going into the half when we're down by 5. He misses it, happens, but then Andre Iguodala, who is not nearly the percentage three-point shooter, makes a contested shot. So that's the difference between going into halftime down by 2 and down by 8. And even at that point in time, the turnover disparity was 9 to 1.
You guys aren't going to turn the ball over 20 times again.
No, but that's not an adjustment. That's just playing better. But it just lets you know that something as simple as one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA having an open look, and a guy that you want to shoot contested jumpers knocking down shots. And that's the difference between going into halftime down by 2 or down by 8. And we look at that like, hey, look, we're not far away from where we want to be. We just have to clean it up and pick up our intensity.
Is a slower pace also more conducive for you guys?
Not at all.
No?
A slower pace is not. We have the best downhill guy probably in the NBA. You combine that with Kyrie and his ability to finish in transition, and when we get out in transition, it allows guys like JR, guys like Kyle Korver to get open shots. So we don't want to slow up the pace, but we're going to have to turn them over more than what we did. I would say in a half court we have better one-on-one players. In a half court they probably have a little bit better of a system, but we both want to get out and run. Playing in a half court is good for us, but we enjoy getting out in transition. That's why our pace is very, very high.
Did you guys have communication issues defensively when you're already in the half court? I mean, everyone focuses on the dunks and transition.
No. Our half court defense, what did they shoot from the field? Anybody here? They shot 42% from the field. We turned the ball over 20 times, and they had 9 dunks, and they shot 42% from the field. One of the best shooting teams in the history of the NBA. How far off are we? Not very far. But that also shows you it only takes you to be a little off in order for things to get very, very ugly. And it's on both sides. Last year there was only one close game in this series, and that was Game 7. We blew them out multiple times. They beat us badly multiple times. So, if you can hold them to 42%, giving up 20 turnovers, giving up 6 to 8 dunks in transition, you don't have to change your defense. You just have to do it better and not turn it over and not give them easy buckets. And it's not saying that Clay is not going to shoot the ball well next game. It's not saying that there's not going to be a difference. But if we keep holding them to 42% and we cut our turnovers from 20 to 12, and we maybe turn them over instead of 4 times, maybe we turn them over 8, all of a sudden now we're in a position where we're either winning that game or we're up by 10. So the formula is there. We just have to execute it and not panic.
How about physicality? It seems to be a buzzword even from Ty that you guys need physicality. Where can that show up?
Well, it can show up with everybody. I think if you look at just our guys, like, down the line, we're a very physical team. Bron, Kyrie, JR, Tristan, Kevin, like down the line, you look at our guys bringing physicality. Now, for them, they have a lot of length. That's probably their strength to their defense. Andre Iguodala is has great length. Livingston, Kevin Durant, Clay, like all of these guys have great length. For us, we have to bring a physicality to it, and that's something that we have to increase as the series goes on.
And the rim, particularly, I know they only shot 60 free throws, which is very low for the amount of paint shots they have.
Yeah, well, their paint shots were mostly dunks down there. So when you're finishing that, it's not going to translate to a bunch of free throws. But no, I think it's just on everything. I think it's in transition. I think it's in the half court, in the movement. But they did a very, very good job of putting us in a position to turn over the ball. We have to avoid that. We have to try and turn them over more. But like I said, from that standpoint of they shot 42% from the field with us turning the ball over 20 times. Typically if you turn it over 20 times and you give up a bunch of dunks in transition, you're at 45, if not, better from the field.